The quality of your communication determines the quality of your life. There are two types of communication we do all the time. We focus a lot on the second type of communication. We work hard and try to upscale ourselves on that topic, but we barely focus on the first one. And many of us don't even know about the first one. And the first one is the communication with yourself. The communication that you have with yourself all the time. If you say, I'm not that kind of person who sits and talk to themselves, I do not have time for it. I'm a very busy guy. Always focus on the work. Actually, you are doing it all the time, even without your knowledge. When you want to go to the gym, but something in your mind says, no, not today, not feeling well, we'll see tomorrow. When you try to toss that phone and sit on in front of the laptop and trying to work, something in your mind says, just scroll a bit. So what is going to happen? It will take another 15 minutes. We will sharply start at 10 a.m. Okay? There are 15 more minutes. We'll just sit and scroll. Let's say when you try to do something new, when you try to come out of your comfort zone and trying to do something really new, something in your mind says, no, why? Why are you getting yourself into trouble? No need to do that. What is the purpose of doing it? Just stay here. It is always talking to you without your knowledge. We are just not giving attention to it, but we are listening to it. That is the main problem. Let's say you had a breakup yesterday and now you are sitting alone in your room. What is the conversation that is going on in your head? How do you talk to yourself? Why, God, why does this happen to me all the time? Are they not good enough? Will I ever find someone like her ever again? Why does this happen to me all the time? Why do I fail? Is this the conversation that is going? You've been thinking about the girl that left you and keep on crying? Exactly, this was the conversation that was going through me when I had my first breakup. I was talking to myself like this. And when I went in front of the mirror and see my face, I was feeling like a failure. It was so disgusting. I was so depressed. I hated myself. So you just need to understand the impact and the prominence of this first type of communication that you have with yourself. Because this is going to change the perspective how you see things. If you see things differently, you will change the way you respond to it. There will be a big difference. Instead of reacting to the situation, you will respond to the situation. There is nothing you can do about certain things. There is nothing you can do about the things that happen to you. All you can do is that how you are responding to it. How do you change that response? By changing the way you talk to yourself on the situation. Just be aware and listen on how you talk to yourself. Whether is it like a victim or whether you talk to yourself like a hero. How do you talk to yourself? If I had a different conversation like, okay, she left me. There is nothing I can do about what happened. Is there any mistake from my end? Nope. What is the God trying to teach me right now? What is the best lesson that I can get from this? If I had a conversation like this, then I wouldn't have been in depression. I wouldn't see myself as a failure. So you just need to understand how you see things. You just need to understand how you talk to yourself. If someone says to you that you cannot do something or you are not good enough, it doesn't matter. But if you say to yourself that you are not going to do it, that you cannot do it, that you are never good enough, then definitely you will not do it because you won't even try it. You just need to understand the significance of how you talk to yourself. Just focus and consciously force yourself to try to talk to yourself positively so that you will rewrite the subconscious mind, and even if you are knowing without knowing, you will talk to yourself in a positive way. So be aware of how you talk to yourself. Next, the second type of communication is the communication with others. And here the problem is that when we talk about communication, the first thing that comes to the mind is verbal communication. But sadly, only 7% of the communication is verbal. So words are direct. It's just, I have something in my mind. I just want you to get it. So that is the exact definition of communication itself. People have a different opinion. Like they are always having something in their mind and they are just throwing it out through the words. But the exact meaning of communication is that I have something in my mind. It could be an intention, a feeling, or an idea. And I just want you to get it. So if you are not getting it, no matter what I say, it doesn't matter. So at the end goal is that you have to get it. And the 38% of the communication is tonality. What is the tone of your voice? Is going to change the meaning of the voice. For example, there is a big difference between saying I'm fine and I'm fine. Same words, different tones, totally different meaning. So that is the power of tonality. If you ever been in a relationship, you know what I mean. There's a big difference that you can understand from the tone of your girl. The next 55% of the communication is body language, which is more than the half of the communication. So the problem here is that our body moves on its own. When you are feeling afraid, when you are afraid of doing something, the body automatically moves on its own. But you need to control it in a certain way to get the results that you truly want. So here are some tips that you need to follow all the time so that you project yourself as a confident man. So the first tip is that always stand straight. Have an open posture. Just imagine yourself as string has been attached to the crown of your head and it's been pulling from above so that your back is always straight. Have an open chest. Have an open posture. Do not cross your arms. Be open enough so that you are projecting that I'm confident and I'm safe. You cannot hurt me. And I'm not afraid of you. Is the communication that you're saying to the other person. And the second tip is the eye contact. When you make an eye contact, do not stare, do not creep people out. Just try to see their soul through their eyes. If you try to apply this trick, it will be more like in a connecting way instead of a creeping way. It's more connecting than staring. So try to see their soul through their eyes. The next third tip is that stop fidgeting. Why you are fidgeting? Confidence is something that you can fake. And your body moves automatically when you are afraid. It shows automatically. So stop fidgeting and do not move unnecessarily. Move with purpose. Be still. These are some of the tips that you need to keep in mind for a proper body language. And I will also suggest you to get into some combative fights so that you will get the body language of a fighter, which will subconsciously get embedded in your brain and putting you in a fighter mode or else in a confident mode. And you will be projected as a confident person. And these are the tips and tricks about communication with others. And if you find this video useful, just subscribe to the channel and hit the like button and comment the incident when you were depressed and sad and how was the conversation that was going on in your head. Even if you are okay with it, just share your experience when you had your first breakup. Analyze it and what was the conversation, just put it in the comment box so that everybody can learn from it. And before you are leaving, I just want to add another tip. As I said, what is the purpose of communication? The communication is, I have something in my mind and I want you, the receiving person, to get it. You are keeping track on your tonality, body language, and your verbal. Everything is fine. But what if the receiver is not available to receive? What if the receiver is offline? No matter what you say, it is not going to get received. Then what is the purpose of communication itself? So always make sure that the receiver is available to receive. Just try to grab the attention in the first few seconds through your tonality or the body language. If it is just a single person, just go close to him and use the sense of touch. Just if it is a man, just keep your hands on their shoulder and try to talk. Obviously, they have to listen. Make the eye contact, make them to listen to you. Then make sure that whatever you are saying is getting transmitted and received properly at the other end, because that is the purpose of the communication itself. So thank you for watching. See you on the next one.